Hi guys, it's Amanda. Welcome back to another lesson. This is lesson number 2 of my How to Crochet for Beginners series, where we bring it back to the basics so that anybody can learn how to crochet. So in today's lesson, I'm going to show you guys some different techniques and different ways that you can hold your hook and your yarn. So in part number 1, we talked about yarn weights, the different types of yarns, and hook sizes. Today we're going to move on to how to hold the hook and yarn, and I suggest that you start with a number 4 weight yarn. So that's the medium worsted weight that we talked about. And then for the hook, I suggest using a 5mm hook. And this is just for starting out, so that way you guys can actually get used to how yarn feels and how the hook feels. These are very popular sizes and they're easier to work with, like if you're a beginner, because they're big enough, like the yarn is thick enough and the hook is big enough to maneuver and to get used to. So I'd suggest that you guys start with that if you guys have access to that, 5mm hook and a number 4 worsted weight yarn. Now let's begin with how to hold your hook. So I wanted to give you guys a very quick snapshot of the different parts of the hook. So the very tip is called the point. The area right below it is called the throat. This area is called the shaft. This area is the grip, and then the handle. So really the only ones that I'm going to be referring to in this video is the grip and the handle. So now that you know the different parts of the hook, let's move on to how to hold it. So really the most used methods are the knife method or the pencil method. With the knife method, you're going to hold your crochet hook like you would a knife. And you're going to do this using your dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, you're going to use your right hand. If you're left-handed, you're going to use your left hand. So to break it down even further, in this grip area is where you're going to place your thumb, and then your index finger is going to go on the other side and kind of a little bit more extended. Now with this method, your hand is on top of the crochet hook, and then your other fingers kind of just naturally curl around the hook, just like when you hold a knife. Now the second method is often called the pencil method. So you place your thumb and index finger on the grip, but this time the big difference is that your hand is below the hook. The hook itself rests right here on your middle finger. So really you just hold the hook as if you're holding a pencil. So there really is no right or wrong way of how to hold a hook. Everyone's hands are different, our fingers work differently, so what works for me may not work for you guys. And I'm sure there's many more methods that people use that work for them. You can start with one of these 2 methods and then adjust it later as you kind of learn how your fingers work, how you feel when you crochet. So as long as you feel comfortable, that's what's important. Personally, I use the knife method, but if you guys come up with another method, I think that's great, and actually I would love to see it. So if you guys want to send me a photo or tag me on Instagram, you can do that at Amanda Loves Santos. And I always love connecting with you guys and learning from you guys as well. So now let's move on to some of the different ways that you can hold the yarn. Now your non-dominant hand is going to hold the yarn and control the tension. So if you're right-handed, then you're going to hold the yarn with your left hand. And if you're left-handed, then you're going to hold the yarn with your right hand. Now if you're wondering what tension is, it's how tight or loose the yarn flows through your fingers. You want a consistent tension so that you get a consistent stitch. So the yarn has 2 ends to it. One end leads to the ball of yarn, and that's called the working yarn. And the other end is called the tail. So this end, the working yarn, is what we're going to be holding with our non-dominant hand. So today I'm going to show you guys 5 different options to hold your yarn, and all of them are honestly going to feel pretty awkward at first. So try out the different methods, choose one and just stick with it for a bit, and then you can change it up later. once you get more used to it and once you figure out how your hands move and work. So for the first option, I'm going to bring the yarn over my pinky, under my next two fingers, and then over my index finger. And then if you want to just try it out, you can just pull the yarn and just see how it feels in between your fingers. It shouldn't be too tight and it shouldn't be too loose. Like, it should feel like you have control over the yarn. And for me, this is the method that I use. I don't know if it's the shape of my fingers or something, but it just glides like perfectly where I have control over it. Some people might think this is a little too loose, and honestly, we just have different hands, so just figure out what works for you. So for option number 2, you're gonna bring the yarn across the bottom of these 3 fingers here, and then over your index finger, and then over the index finger again. Some people actually even put it over the index finger one more time. For me, that's like, oh, I can barely pull it. So it really just depends on you. See how that feels for you. Option number 3 is similar. You bring the yarn underneath these 3 fingers here and then over your index finger. And then you kind of just like slightly close the 3 fingers over the yarn. And that's it. With this method, you don't want to clench your fingers because you're going to get really, really tired really fast. But instead, it's barely touching your fingers and it's just gliding over your index finger. So I like that method too. I don't use that, but to me it feels good right now. Now option number 4, if you're looking at the palm of your hand, you're going to go in from underneath your pinky. And you're just going to wrap it one time and then bring it across these 3 fingers right here and then over your index finger. And then see how that feels. A lot of people like this method too. And then option number 5 is just going to be weaving it through your fingers. So you start underneath your pinky, over your ring finger, underneath your middle finger, and then over your index finger. Really, the only, I guess, rule that there is to holding your yarn is that at the end, it comes over your index finger. And that's because it creates this space here for you to yarn over. So for example, with our hook, this is the area right here is where you yarn over. That's where your hook grabs the yarn. So bringing it over your index finger is what creates that space for you. Now I'm going to go into how to make a slip knot, how to chain, how to yarn over in the next video. So watch part number 3 to continue learning from here and actually begin crocheting. Part number 1 and 2, we're just setting you up with a foundation. In the next videos, we're actually going to be crocheting. So feel free to leave any questions that you may have in the comments below. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right here. And if you want to continue to learn how to crochet, then click on the playlist right here on top for the entire video series. And if you want to get started with a tutorial for beginners, then click on my most recent crochet tutorial right here on the bottom. So I hope you guys have a blessed week, stay creating, and I'll see you guys on the next video.